Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Can't Stop Talking podcast. I have such a good episode for you today. It's actually going to be a part two to an episode that I did in 2022 called the number one manifestation business hack. And we're going to do number one manifestation business hack 2.0. This is going to change the way you manifest. It's going to change the way you manifest in business. It might even change your life. Also, I just want to say thank you so much for all the messages. I get messages on the daily about how much you guys love this podcast. I love connecting with you. Please message me on Instagram if something resonates, if something changed your life. It really helps motivate me to keep going. But I am just someone who loves to connect with my audience. I am someone who I'm like, if I could be friends with the whole world, I would be. My friends know that. I am like obsessed with, I just love humans. I love humans. I love you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much. Let's get into this episode. But before I do, I wanted to just say my mastermind launch, the Play Bigger Mastermind, is now enrolling. The launch date is actually May 1st because, did you guys hear how I said May 1st? I was like May 1st. The launch date is actually moved to May 1st. Why? There are so many exciting things going on behind the scenes at Samantha Aaron Coaching LLC. Oh my gosh, you guys. And the reason that I pushed back launch 2 weeks is because I have implemented a new strategy in my business over the last 2 weeks, and the results were absolutely mind blowing, insane. Right. And so the next 3 weeks will give me the perfect time so I can teach my mastermind students when I open up the container. Oh my gosh, the strategy. I've already taught it to some of my clients and they are shocked and they are getting the most amazing results as well. So I'm so excited. And then two, deeper support. I'm currently adding so many changes to the mastermind to serve my clients on the deepest level possible. There's so much juiciness going on behind the scenes. I get your applications all the time. Why can't I speak today, you guys? It's only Tuesday. This makes no sense. But I get your applications all the time and I'm loving seeing you guys sign up and apply for the mastermind. So if you also want to be in the mastermind, DM me on Instagram or go to my link in bio and fill out one of the applications, or I'll put an application in the show notes. And this is for the woman who really wants that reoccurring revenue. She wants a solid product suite that feels easy and enjoyable. And she just loves, I'm obsessed with my product suite right now. I really, really am. And she wants to hit those 10K months and beyond and really create the perfect foundation for this business to just grow, grow, and grow. And of course, she wants to be a showstopper on the internet. Who doesn't want to be, right? And so, yep, I have that. I have my membership. And let's get into the episode. What are we waiting for, right? So, my number one manifestation business hack 2.0 is to stay neutral. Neutrality. This is going to absolutely change your life in all aspects, not only with business, like I said. And how this came about is last week, I put on my Instagram a reminder that Instagram is a freaking highlight reel. It really is, right? If you guys could see me right now, I have no makeup on. I'm in a sweatsuit. Like, Instagram is a freaking highlight reel. And so last week, two little annoying things happened. First world problems, of course, but I love to share so that you guys know that not every day is amazing, right? So first of all, I walked all the way to Starbucks the other day, which is like a 30-minute walk. I was so excited for my coffee. I couldn't wait to taste the taste of Starbucks. It's like my treat. And I went all the way there and it was closed, right? The next thing that happened was I went and I took a client out to lunch last week and I had the best time ever. And it's usually a 40-minute drive. It took 3 hours to get home. 3 hours, you guys. And then this week alone, I go to open up my AirPods and there's only one AirPod in the case. I'm like, what the hell, Sam? What is going on? And so I'm still happy. I'm still good. I'm still manifesting. I'm still in good spirits. Why? Right? Because this is how I deal with these types of inconveniences. I stay neutral. I don't make the inconveniences mean that I can't have a good day. In fact, I don't make them mean anything about what I can have or what I can create. My clients know I always say, stop making something mean something about something else. And let me explain this even further. I want you to remember that you are the creator of your reality. So what does this mean? Stop making the fact that someone ghosted you in the DMs mean you can't have a sold out launch. Stop making the fact that you're hearing crickets mean that people aren't about to pull out their credit cards and buy. Stop making the fact that your client didn't see the results they wanted mean you are a bad coach. Stop making the fact that you've posted 3 reels and none of them go viral mean that your content sucks. You decide the story. You're the director, you're the screenwriter, and you are the producer. And if the story doesn't look how you planned it, I want you to hit cut and redo the scene, right? And so let me explain this even further. And this is so crazy because once I feel a theme in my life that I need to talk about in the podcast, it starts showing up everywhere. So this morning, my client actually was like, can you talk about, neutrality? She was like, I saw on a podcast someone else talking about how we should stay neutral through when we get a sale and when we don't get a sale. And I was like, she's completely right. Why is it good to be neutral? Why it's good to be neutral is because being neutral when you get a sale means that it's normal, right? Being neutral makes it feel like this is something that always happens to you. Because if you are manifesting, you are actually becoming the person who already has what they want. And if you already had what you wanted, would you be shocked when you made a sale? If you were already manifesting, let's say a sold out launch, would you be shocked when your launch was sold out? No. Why? Because in your mind, you are already the person who has this, right? It's inevitable. Of course this happened to you. You knew this would happen to you. You are already the person that it would happen to. It would happen to you because you've been manifesting it. Duh, right? You already knew this was going to happen because you have felt like this. You have been doing this manifestation for months. So for you, it's normal. If you are the wealthy woman, you are the woman who gets the sales. So when you get a sale on your phone, it's like, of course I did, right? It's just as like common as you waking up and brushing your teeth. You are the person who this happens to, right? This always happens for you. Of course it happens to you. You already believed that this was happening to you. And so it's not going to feel that crazy. And this is where the downside kind of is, because I am such a master manifester that there are times, sometimes in my life, I get really, really excited when my manifestation comes through and I'm just like bouncing off the walls. And I'm like, I can't believe it happened. Oh my God, it happened. Oh, this was amazing. And then there's other times when my manifestation comes through and I feel no different. Why? Because I already became that person. It's just not that exciting. I knew this was going to happen. Of course it was going to happen, right? When I get a sale now, I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is insane. No, I've been manifesting the fact that people want to work with me. People want to pay me. People want to pay me so much money. It's insane, right? And so by the time that the person does end up paying me, it feels as if this was always going to happen. This was my destiny. This was my birthright. I feel like the person who, of course, this happens to because I became her in my mind. I just needed my reality to what is it called? To fast forward. I need my reality to. Someone was like, do you ever edit your podcast? I'm like, sometimes, but not really. I needed my reality to catch up. There's the wording, my guys. If you guys, I always talk about imperfect action. That's why I keep this stuff in. I want you guys to see this imperfect action. I needed my reality to catch up. I already knew it was going to happen. I was already there in my mind. I was already this person who it was inevitable to. And so the same goes for when someone says no to you, right? Same neutrality goes to the nose. Why? Because someone saying no to my program or saying no to an investment or saying no to me being their coach means nothing to me. Why? Because I've already decided what I can have. Them saying no doesn't mean that I'm not going to get what I want. Them saying no doesn't mean I'm not going to have a sold out launch. Them saying no doesn't mean I'm not going to hit my income goal. I have already decided that I'm going to hit my income goal. I've already decided that I'm going to get this many people on the launch. I've already decided that someone else is going to say yes. If it's not them, that's totally fine, right? So many of you put your emphasis on your potential clients to make your income. Money is energy. It will come through the path of least resistance. If it doesn't come through that one client, it's going to come through someone else. Stop putting the emphasis on the person. Put the emphasis on the fact that your manifestation is coming. When I am manifesting, you guys, a goal, when I'm manifesting, let's say a 10K month, because I know a lot of you guys are going for a 10K month, I feel into the energy of what it would feel like to have a 10K month. What would it feel like to have a $10,000 in my bank account? What would it feel like to have PayPal notifications? What would it feel like to have that sold out launch? I just feel, I go back to the feelings of who I would be if I already had this, right? So that it becomes normal. So then when someone says no to me, that's totally fine. I already know what I get to have. I've already decided my story. I've already decided what I created. And so although it's not coming from them, it's going to come from someone else. And because I know that, it doesn't start the doubt spiral. This is why this episode is so juicy, because I know that I will hit my goal regardless if someone joins, regardless if that one person joins, because I know someone else is going to come through. So what's going to happen? I'm going to continue to sell. I'm going to continue to create connections in the DMs. I'm going to continue to post. I'm going to continue to do my podcast. I'm going to continue doing my business because I am neutral to the yeses and the nos. What happens when you give into the yeses is you get really high and you get so excited. And then you crash when the next day you get a no. Raise your hand. I wish I could see your hands if this is you. Give me a hallelujah, whatever you want. Here's the thing. When you get a no, you start this doubt spiral when you don't have neutrality in your life. So if someone says no to your program, you decide, okay, why am I even going to sell it? No one wants this. No one's going to pay this. I'm not going to post. I'm going to end my launch. No one has the money for this. It's just the economy. It keeps going. I'm a bad coach. I don't know how to sell. Of course, no one wanted this. However, and that launch goes in the toilet, right? That launch is done, graveyard central, right? It's done. However, if you took that no and decided, and you stopped making something mean something about something else, you stopped making the fact that one person said no to you mean that no one else wants this. If you did not make that mean anything about you or what you get to have, and you just went back to the feelings of, I know my manifestation's already done, right? I know I'm going to hit my goal regardless. Then what's going to happen? You're going to sell again. You're going to get on the podcast. You're going to post. You're going to be excited about your offer because you know that what you created is going to come through. It has to. When you become a vibrational match for what you want to call in, there is no choice but it coming in, period. You have decided that. And you are going to take, this is so important, the action to get there. You're not going to let one thing or even multiple things that happen make you think that you're not going to have what you want. You are going to get back out there and you are going to keep going, knowing that your manifestation is inevitable as you keep feeling the thoughts, thinking the thoughts, feeling the feelings, and taking action from that place. I've seen this time and time again. And here's what I also want you guys to know is that a lot of people think that when you get really big in the space that you get less no's. That's actually completely false. I heard this somewhere else. I wish I knew where I heard it, but it was someone who was making like multi-million dollars a year. And she was like, I actually get so many more no's than I ever have. The difference is I'm getting more inquiries. So I'm also getting more yeses. So it doesn't mean that that person who's making more money than you is getting less no's. They're actually getting more no's, but they're just getting more inquiries. So they're also getting more yeses. And that just really changed my life because that person isn't better than you. They haven't figured it out. They haven't figured out a switch to hypnotize everyone to say yes. No, they just are neutral to the yeses and the nos. And so I've heard this before from my best friend, from her therapist. And she was like, oh, how do I stop the really high highs and the really low lows? And her therapist was like, think about it as someone who is on a like having their heartbeat, monitored. And what happens is if you were just flatlining, just all the way across, there were no highs, there were no lows, you would be dead. You need the highs for the lows. This is what life is, right? And so I want you to see from this that if you have gotten to this doubt spiral, stop making something mean something about something else, right? When you get those yeses, really feel the feelings of, oh my gosh, thank you, universe. That was amazing. But know it's inevitable. Know that, of course, this just happens to someone like you. This is normal for you. This is your new reality. You knew this would happen to you. Of course it did. This is your birthright. This is what you get to have. And then on the flip side, when you get those no's, say, oh, that's totally fine too. If it's not you, it's someone better, right? I know what I get to have. I've already decided what I get to have, and it's already done on the spiritual realm. All I have to do is call it in and keep going. The universe is going to give you what you want, but you have to realize, you have to stay on that path, stay on that vision, and already decide, okay, that's fine. Also, what I wanted to say to that, what I said to my client is, I've gotten told no so many times about like a group program that's maybe like $500, and that person will come back and join my mastermind. That person will come back and actually spend more money and join my one-on-one coaching. And so if I had been so butthurt that they said no to me, maybe I would have been like, left them on red, not answer them, not giving them good customer service. Instead, I was like, oh my gosh, of course, if you're not ready for this program, of course, you know yourself best. I want you to have the best customer journey. I want you to be in the best offer for you. I will always be here for you whenever you need me. Guess what happens? They come back and they end up doing a different offer. I also want you to know there are so many reasons that people say no. I have like 3 people in my DMs right now being like, I am about to finish up with a coach in a month, and I really want to talk about your offers after that because I really want to work with you. Now, if I had been like, they're lying, they just don't want to work with me, they blah, 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 then I would never, ever, ever have them become my clients eventually. I already know these people are going to sign up with me in the future, which I cannot wait for. But you have to realize that their customer journey is perfect for them. You can't decide that. You can only go back to the feelings of, I know what I get to have, and the universe is going to bring the clients that I need in this container in the most least resistant way. And so keep neutral, keep showing up. I hope you like this business hack. If you did like it, please message me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you. If you want to apply for the Play Bigger Mastermind, it's going to be absolutely insane. I only have a couple spots left. I also have my membership. So yeah, just reach out to me and I'd love to hear from you. I love you guys so freaking much. Have the most amazing day.